Alright, what is going on, everybody? So Eastern Michigan is 4-16. They are what it looks to be 11th in the MAC, and that's MAC with 1A. And they have just been a weird team, and there's a lot of different reasons that they could be that they're 4-16. And we're kind of just going to talk about Emoni Bates, Noah Farrakhan, and then some other players as well, and why they're off to this not so good start, and maybe their expectations were higher. But yeah, so let's go through their schedule here. So they started off 1-0 against a non-Division I team in Wayne State. They won by 9. And then they lost by 5 to Michigan, which is still, that's a very good game, only losing by 5 to Michigan, who was ranked number 22 at the time. And yeah, but then, and those games were both at home, so you did have kind of the home court advantage versus Michigan, but still, that's a good game. You can't fault them for that loss there. You could say Michigan's not a very good P6 team, but that's at the time ranked 22nd. A close game. I think they should deserve credit for that. But then they go on to play Bradley, and Bradley's a good team. They're very solid mid-major. They have top 30 mid-major potential, in my opinion, and they ended up losing by 28 on the road, but then they go to Oakland for their 4th game of the season. They lose by 2 on the road. Not terrible. But then they go home to Purdue Fort Wayne, and then they lose by 7, so not the best loss there. Then they play Winthrop at home, where they lose by 14, and then they go home, or they're staying at home, so they went 0-3 in this homestand, where they lost by 3 to UC San Diego, but then they end up beating Florida International by 12, and actually, taking a look at this game, from a couple months ago, this was end of November, Emoni Bates had 26 points, and Noah Farrakhan had 25 points. See, that's what I think is the great part about it. You really just need to have them control the ball at all times. They're decent. They're a decently guard-heavy team, but they just need that. They need big games from both those guys because they don't have a lot of height on their team, and that's one of the problems why a lot of people think that Eastern Michigan is not performing that well. Emoni Bates is the tallest player on the team, yes, but they also have big not big, they're not tall, but they have physical forwards like Yusuf Jihad, or how did I butcher that? Yusuf Jihad, but yeah, they also have a good rebounder in Legend Geeter as well, so who's 6'7", so maybe if they hit the transfer portal for a pure center last offseason, maybe they would also get someone that could fit that team at the center spot, even just a 7-footer. I think that works so well for Eastern Michigan, honestly. And yeah, but that's how I think they were able to get it done, is them both having the ball in their hands enough. They shot well from the field. And Farrakhan took more shots, but he only took one more shot than Emoni Bates, which that's what you need. And you also gotta have these other guards performing well as well to really kind of solidify yourself as well. Acuff had a good game against Florida International. but that's from back in November, and they're a different team now. And actually, no, I should definitely not say a different team. But after that game, they lost to Florida Atlantic by 28, and they lost to Illinois State. And that Florida Atlantic game was at home, by the way. They lost to Illinois State on the road by 6. And then they lost to Niagara by 7, so some close outs there. But then they beat Detroit Mercy by 2, 79-77 there, back in December. And then they lost to South Carolina by 10. Put up a solid fight there. Got blown out by Bowling Green. They just recently beat Central Michigan. They lost to Western Michigan. They lost to Akron. They lost to Kent State. They lost to Northern Illinois, and they lost to Toledo last night. So this could, 5-game losing streak, not the best. And they won just one game in MAC play. But overall, I just think that is, if you take a look at this Toledo game, which I haven't had a chance to talk about, Emoni Bates is unbelievable, 43 points. There against Toledo, where he scored 29 points, or 29 straight points for Eastern Michigan, which was just unreal, all in the first half, I believe. And he had 43.7 rebounds, 1 assist. So that could also be the reason, is he's not distributing the ball enough. But you could also blame that on the teammates. But I don't really know if that's the thing. I feel like defensively, Emoni Bates can, honestly, I feel like he kind of needs to be a two-way player in order to get this Eastern Michigan team up there, especially knowing their height situation. But Noah Farrakhan, he took 11 shots last night, which isn't bad considering Emoni Bates had 43 points. They only lost by 5 to a solid Toledo team. So maybe they're trending in the right direction with that Emoni Bates game. Also, Jalen Balunzi as well had a solid game for them. They've got a nice team. They've got a good group of guys, but just maybe the height's not there. Maybe the communication isn't there. The chemistry. Maybe the bench isn't there. Although the bench isn't that bad. Sometimes Noah Farrakhan comes off the bench. But also want to take a look at this Northern Illinois game. And something I noticed was, let me see here. Hold on. I believe Noah Farrakhan had 26 points in 32 minutes, but Emoni Bates only had 18 minutes, which I don't know why that is. I didn't watch the game. Maybe he got injured or something, but he had 7 points. He still took 9 shots, though, but I just think if they're doing it at the same time, this team would be so, it'd be better than what they are right now. And yeah, that's basically my whole thoughts on the how Eastern Michigan is doing right now. Their team, I like Orlando Lovejoy, the freshman, but it's likely Emoni Bates' last year in college, so that's definitely going to be interesting. We'll see if Eastern Michigan eventually goes into a rebuild mode, but that definitely could be signs for Noah Farrakhan potentially entering the transfer portal, and going somewhere else as well. So, some other mentions. We mentioned Jihad. We did not mention Javonte Randall. But yeah, or Rice as well. They're not a short team, or short in a way that they're not deep. They're not a deep team. They don't have 3 guys come off the bench. They're not running not 3 guys. They don't have 2 guys coming off the bench. So that's really, I think, what it comes down to. Honestly, is once again Noah Farrakhan and Emoni Bates being out there and both scoring the ball, and then also distributing to other guys like Orlando Lovejoy, because people have said that Emoni Bates runs ISO too much. So that could be a big factor, but I don't know. Let me know your guys' thoughts on Eastern Michigan right now, and if they could rebound their season. Also Emoni Bates, Noah Farrakhan, Lovejoy, Jihad, all those guys, your thoughts on them. Let me know what you guys think of this. Subscribe for more mid-major college basketball content. And yeah, I'll see you next one.